welcome to #Goals the Show.
Hi everyone, I'm Tzipora. I am 29 years old from Queens, New York, and I work as a lawyer. And I started a Facebook group called Free to Be. We want to enjoy our lives while we're still single, so it's just a great place to empower one another, inspire one another to just live life in the present.
I love that. Sometimes you need to be validated and reassured that it's okay to be single, especially when we're in a community where there's so much focus on marriage and why you're not married yet. Everyone wants to know why you're not married yet. I just want to say and make it clear that there doesn't have to be a why. I really believe that you do everything you can to get yourself out there.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, it's in God's hands. Where did the inspiration from Free to Be come from?
So last summer I took a personal development course through Landmark, and they had every participant create a community project, something you were passionate about that was going to affect hundreds of people. Something very near and dear to my heart is the single people in our community, the focus on marriage. I just felt like the goal was to be married and not to be happy. Isn't it more important to be happy? You exude a different energy when you're naturally happy that attracts people into your life.
Yeah.
And you'll probably have more success with dating
Yeah.
if your energy is just more positive rather than like, woe is me that I'm still single.
Absolutely. Like, oh, you're single. Like, I got that a lot. People were like sad for me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why are you sad for me? I'm so happy. I traveled. I feel like that idea gets overlooked and it's actually frowned upon. Like, why are you traveling? You're escaping your single life? I got that a lot.
Absolutely.
And it's okay. Like, it's totally okay to travel. Take that time for yourself because you never get that time back.
Exactly.
What kind of advice would you give singles watching this episode, especially when you're in a dating rut? Sometimes, like, you just want to cry, you want to hide. What kind of advice would you give singles to, like, stay on their feet, stay empowered, stay encouraged?
So I'm not an authority on dating and singlehood, but what I would say, something that's helped me, is taking some time away from dating. Just
Right.
focusing on me. I'm taking that vacation. I'm doing that project. Sitting at home and reading the book that I never get to read. Whatever it is, when you take dating out of the equation, there's like this, like, your shoulders relax. You just feel so much more in tune with what is it that makes me happy.
Yeah. To me, it was, and you just made this point, but it was so important that, like, I tune into myself and I figure out, like, where I needed to be emotionally, mentally, even physically. Like, I started working out. It made me feel good. Just being at one with yourself, as cheesy as it sounds, is so important. And you were just talking about that, but it's so true.
The whole message of Free to Be is like free to be who you want to be. Like, that's like the global message. Health is very important to me. And so taking care of yourself is making sure that you're healthy in whatever shape or size that looks like.
When you decided to leave that dating break, what was that moment in your mind that said, okay, I'm ready to get back into it?
Just had this moment of like, I've done a lot for myself this last year and a half, and I really do want to get married. And I feel like I've transformed myself in a way that I can approach dating differently. Like, my connection with God got so much stronger during that time.
What would you say are good things to focus on to be more marriage minded and maybe more ready to date with less stress?
The primary thing that I focused on was therapy during that time. So, cliche, but this was me, I always went for the bad boy.
And what was it why was that happening?
So, I mean, I can go into the whole psychology behind it, but bottom line is I just didn't have a healthy relationship with myself. I didn't believe that I deserved love or respect. It's affecting me at work and in my social life. Like, I was very distant from my friends. I remember at one point a friend of mine said, like, she felt like she was talking to a wall when she was talking with me because I was so shut down and disconnected. I didn't feel understood by anyone. Building that respect and that love toward myself, strengthening my female friendships, strengthening my relationship with my parents, with my siblings, was paramount. Really just helped me build self-esteem. The idea of, like, really just trusting your gut. Like, sometimes you know when it's not right for you, and you feel pressure to go out because you never know. Like, sometimes you do know.
Yeah, sometimes you just know.
You just know.
But if you feel like there are so many red flags and you keep pushing through, I've seen friends go through this, I myself have gone through it, where I give it date number 7, date number 8, and the red flags are still there and they're still bothering me.
It's really important to look at behaviors on a date because someone will always show you who they are a lot more than they'll tell you who they are. So how they treat you on a date, how they make you feel. I'm very conscious about like being in tune. Like I'll take moments on a date to just like check in with myself. Like, am I feeling comfortable? Am I feeling uncomfortable? Am I tired? Do I have a headache? Did he say an off-color comment?
Right.
Just to constantly be checking in so that I'm present about what this experience is for me. Because every date is an experience. It's 2 hours, 3 hours out of your life, but you learn so much about yourself and about the other person.
Great point. A lot of people just call it a waste of time, but you know what? I learned so much from each date, and each date does get you closer to Mr. Right.
Absolutely.
It really does.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a very positive way to go into dating because it seems endless sometimes.
Make sure you're talking to someone about whatever your experience is. There's nothing wrong with feeling sad.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with feeling lonely. These are all human experiences, but it's important to talk about it with someone that you trust.
You've shared so much good advice, so many good points made. I really appreciate you coming here and sharing all this with us. And thank you for creating Free to Be. I stalk a little bit. I try not to like get in the way or anything, but I do appreciate its existence. If you agree that Tzipora is #goals, then be sure to like this video and subscribe for more #goals the show.